Hi, welcome to Budge's Brew Reviews. Special today. I'm not reviewing a beer. I'm actually doing a disc golf in the bag video. Now, if you know me, I love disc golf and I love beer. What I love about disc golf is it's encouraged to drink beer while you disc golf. So I'm just gonna break down my bag, what's in it, what I like, what I don't like, the essentials, as you were. Okay, so I'm using Prodigy bags like the BT one. It's like their basic bag. It's okay. It does what I need it to do. It's kind of breaking though after probably about a year and a half of like heavy use, which is kind of lame. But I don't take care of this thing. I just kind of throw it in the back of my car and just kind of forget about it. The back plate did like warp like crazy on this, so the back is like kind of uncomfortable. I've been thinking about getting a new bag, but at the same time I'm not very nice to it, so it's like I don't know. Okay, what I have in my bag before we get into discs. Bushnell rangefinder. Do you need one as an amateur player? Absolutely not. Does it feel cool as hell though to go up when someone asks, "Oh, how far is that?" and you just go, "Bro, I got you." Yes, it does. Then I got a rod for getting down discs. This thing pays for itself. Got a windbreaker that I just pack in case it gets really cold. Also huge. And then I also keep this in here. Tall can. Cooler. Keeps your drink cool while you're discing. Essential. If I forget this, I'm pretty sad. Ah, man, that's good. I've been drinking these Joys of Summer by Pizza Port. Super good. Pro tip. All right. Let's go putters to drivers. I've been putting with Pures now for about, I want to say about a year. I was switching putters all the time. Like every 2 weeks I was switching new putters. And then one day I just decided like, I gotta stop doing this. This is not sustainable. I picked the Pure because I got small hands. Got really small hands. And you can get it in pretty much every single plastic you want. That's why I got it. All right, second up, Berg. Meme disc. People on the internet, you love it or hate it. But man, do I love this disc. Approaches, I love it for, I throw a lot of like touchy forehands with it. I also throw a lot of scoobers with it. I throw a ton of scoobers with this disc. Got me a lot of birdies. When I need like a touchy scoober. This disc is pretty new to the bag. Discs have been coming in and out of this bag like a lot, but over the past 4 months, I've been really trying to keep it what it is now, and I think it's really been paying off in dividends. But this disc, dude, I could not not buy this disc. This is a Clash Fudge. Why I bought the Fudge? Simply because my name is Budge, and I can turn the F into a B and make it Budge. Only reason why I bought this disc. But also, I throw this disc all the time. It is pretty stable putter. I throw it off the tee a lot. I also approach with it a lot if I need to. Something I know that that will go straight, but then kind of also finish. It's also pretty gummy, so it doesn't get a lot of ground play either. Okay, the other putter I have is another Pure. This one just in more premium plastic. I also throw this off the tee a lot. I also approach with this all the time. My one thing I do not like about the Pures at all is when you backhand it and I kind of fan grip it. The way I fan grip it and it rolls off the finger, it'll kind of slice this part of my finger. And so for a while, I had this huge gash in this finger. But for whatever reason, the premium Pure doesn't really do that. Doesn't make that gash in my finger. All right. Other disc, Glowberg. Same thing with the Softberg. just a little more stable. Well, maybe want some ground play. I don't need something a little more understable. It's stable to neutral. It's solid. This disc is weird. I only bag it for pretty much one pin at my local course here in Moraga. It's on like a death putt like hill, and that's just a koi. Super flippy. Won't really roll away. The rollaways kill me. All right, probably my favorite disc, the Pyro, Axiom Pyro. I love this disc. I don't pretty much never backhand this disc. It's pretty rare for me to backhand it, but I'll forehand this thing all the time. It flies super straight. It does dump though pretty hard. The other thing you need to watch out for is it gets a lot of skip play, a lot of ground play. But if that's what you're looking for, it's perfect. When I was first starting out, I was throwing this a lot. And now I just kind of realized I can like throw like more touchy shots as my game's kind of evolved. So I've been throwing this less, but definitely for forehand approaches that I need to like get out there, definitely my guy. The big brother of that, which I call Big Beef, my soft deflector. I love the deflector. This thing is awesome. Stupidly overstable to the point where it's, for me, almost unthrowable. But for forehands, I can rip pretty well. It will go out there, but it will turn and it will dump pretty hard. Also, a lot of ground play. I also love throwing this just upside down, kind of skip underneath some trees. Gets a lot of ground play. It gets me out of trouble quite a bit. Okay, I got 2 discs, 2 uplinks. Love the uplink. I was throwing the Paradox quite a bit. The Paradox was maybe a little too understable. I backhand these not a whole heck of a lot. I mostly throw a lot of forehands with these, a lot of touchy forehands. I'll rip it pretty much just a ton of hyzer, and it will flip up and just kind of float where I need it to go. Super touchy though, like you power it a little bit and it will glide forever. All right, getting into fairways. I bag 3 Craves. I cannot say enough about Craves. Love Craves. I don't throw a lot of mid-range backhands. They just feel weird in my hand. I got really small hands. I mostly throw all my mid-ranges forehand. But if I need something to kind of get out there but not go too far, or without a lot of power, I throw a lot of, that's what I slot the Crave in for. This Proton Crave, I love so much. It's a little beat in. This thing's money. I can backhand it, forehand it. It also pretty consistent stability. I've had this thing forever, and it's pretty much flying pretty much the same, maybe a little more understable than what it was. I got this probably about 10 months ago, still super beefy. This is a Cosmic Neutron Crave, still stupidly overstable. I'll rip this as hard as I can, and it will still dump out with a heavy fade. Kind of throwing it when I need a little more wind, or if I need to like forehand something that I can kind of torque down a little bit more. I know it's going to do its job. Halloween OTB. It's just a cool stamp, and it's Neutron, so it's a tad more understable, but pretty much straight to flat. Not much to say about it. These are probably the newest discs in my bag. 2 Fireballs. I was throwing flares, which I really love the flare, the Streamline flare. I just wanted something lighter, and the flare doesn't come in lighter weights, but the Fireball is like pretty much the same thing, but just with an overmold. But you can get this, like this is a 150 flare, and you can just rip on this as hard as you can, and it will still just dump is super hard. It's super fun to throw. This Proton one is like even more stupidly overstable with this. I throw this with Just a lot of overhand. Just I'll rip it as hard as I can to kind of like thread it down some gap. And I know it's just gonna, even if I throw it like this, it's just gonna pretty much end its throw like this. It's so dumb. All right, my favorite disc. I love this disc so much. Teslas. I cannot stop throwing Teslas. These mosquitoes are killing me. All right, Tesla. Favorite disc. I rip Teslas. I rip it mostly forehand, but even backhand, if I need to rip something super hard, I know it's just gonna pretty much go straight for me with like a nice finish at the end, consistent every time. I throw these in headwinds, tailwinds, sideways winds, whatever you want. It will pretty much fly exactly how it wants to fly, how it's designed to fly. I bagged 3 different ones. This one's my most beat-in one. This thing will rip pretty much straight with like a little bit of fade. This is the newest Proton one. This one will rip straight with quite a bit more dump than the beat-in one. And then this is like a 164 OTB Fission one, which I like to backhand. I can get a little more distance out of the backhand with this. Also just super fun disc. Lightweight discs. I've been messing around with it. Shout out my boy Leo. He throws lightweight discs. I've been kind of experimenting. It's been fun. All right. The last discs in my bag, Streamline Jets. Love the Jet. They kind of suck just with like availability wise. It's hard to find Jets in like lighter weights than like 175. But man, these discs are great. They're pretty understable. The Proton one though is definitely not as understable as this Neutron one. This guy, I can rip as hard as I can with maybe just a baby bit of hyzer, and it will just flip up and just pretty much go straight and then dump. Whereas this Neutron one, I will rip on a lot of hyzer, it'll flip up straight, but then a lot of times it will turn over on me. Love these discs. This is pretty much, if I need to get distance, I'll throw this. The only thing that about these is not great with the wind. If there's any headwind, this thing's gonna flip over on you like it's cool. So when it's a lot of headwind, I'm bumming because I can't really throw these. All right, that's pretty much it. Sorry if you subscribe to this channel for beer. I'm gonna put a video out soon, I promise. All right, see ya.